Am I crazy for spending $20,000 in my college savings basically on business coaching that was specifically for my financial business? And then only a couple months later, I ended up just completely closing the business. Some would consider me crazy, but I consider it the best decision I ever freaking made. First off, I don't think the financial business was a problem at all. I think everybody at least should be in the financial services business for at least a year so that they can learn financial literacy firsthand. But as time went on, I started to feel less connected to the business because it was starting to feel more transactional and less transformational for the people that I wanted to help, which is exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to give transformative experiences, but I just also felt less convicted in the business. And that led me to not be as productive in the business. So I tanked the business, but the lessons I learned in that $20,000 coaching program was absolutely priceless. And it's actually what led me to even go a different route and got me on the path where I've been like traveling the world for the past 17 months. So I will be sharing my main takeaways from that $20,000 program all for free right here so that it can help you on your paid to exist path. And I'm going to be sharing even more things when it comes to the business world because I love this stuff. So make sure to subscribe for more. And guys, I'm going to break it down for you super simply so that you can actually understand it. And the first lesson that I learned is contacts lead to contracts. And that's not actually something that I learned specifically in the program. My king actually gave me that bar. But basically in the financial services industry, I had a whole bunch of contracts that I was helping people with. When you're in a service-based business, I would say for the most part, there's kind of a contract-based part of the business. And it was definitely no different for the financial services business I was in. Some call it contacts, some call it leads. And leads is just somebody that is like interested in your business and also what you have to offer. So basically contacts or leads, quote unquote, comes from great marketing. Now, when you say contact leads to contracts, R stands for relationships. So not only do you need to be having people coming in being interested in your business, but you also need to develop a relationship with them so that that contract, and that's where you actually get paid, can exist and can materialize. And that's why I love business. It just shows you that there's such a big balance between masculine and feminine energy, which I talk a lot about on this channel. In business, not only do you have to have like a great balance between the doing part and the action part, but you need to make sure that you are like nurturing the people inside of your business to make the business successful. Think about any successful business. If you just walked in to a store and there was no employees, nobody greeting you, you would probably leave, right? If there's also people not helping you, you would probably leave because you don't feel nurtured in the experience. And the truth is, like, people buy from people. So that whole relationship part is very important because in order for people to buy from you, you need to build a know, like, and trust factor, right? And you can do this through a number of factors, which we will talk about. One way that you can nurture people is through content. And I actually want to help you with this. So if you have always wanted to turn your content into cash, money, and build that brand so that you can get paid to exist, I'm actually creating a whole or having a whole live masterclass and it will be happening soon. So I'll put all the details in the description below. Make sure to register because spots are limited, but I'm going to be talking about how to go ahead and be consistent when it comes to your brand, how to go ahead and get clarity and then ending up cashing in because I learned all of this in the business world and I paid all this so you do not have to. So make sure to tune in and make sure to register using the link in the description below. And basically what I learned is that content alone is not going to help you in your business. It's not going to help you make money because the point is you want to get people to buy, right? Interest alone is not going to get your business to thrive. How you get people to buy is that you warm them up, right? And how you can warm them up is by using something like a funnel. Okay, so what a funnel is think about it like an actual funnel. I'm gonna try to put a picture right here. A funnel is basically where you warm up your audience because people are gonna not know you. People are gonna come across your content and they're not gonna know you. So why would they buy from you immediately unless you provided so much value to them and you got so clear on what you can help them with and they're ready to buy right there, right? But for the most part, you wanna be warming up the audience. And how you can do that is through your content is by bringing them through a funnel. So in the top of the funnel, it's called tofu. In the middle of the funnel, it's called mofu. On the bottom of the funnel, it's called bofu. Tofu, mofu, bofu. That's how you go ahead and at the end, that is where they actually come out of the funnel and buy, okay? But first, they have to enter the funnel from the top of the funnel, starting with the tofu. Tofu, mofu, bofu is just a way that you can go ahead and remember on, hey, if I'm actually like wondering how I can get my content to turn into cash, this is how I should start thinking about it. I should start warming people up by bringing them through a funnel. So, how do you bring people through a funnel? Is first they have to go to Tofu, right? And that's top of funnel content. So that is just getting people to actually come to your page and be on your page. And you want to bring as much people as you can to top of funnels because, like I said, contacts lead to contracts. The more contacts you have, the more contracts, or basically contracts lead to money, right? So the more money that you can make, the more contacts or leads that you bring into the funnel, right? So the first things first is get that top of funnel content down. And what is top of funnel content? Some examples that you can do for top of funnel content to attract new people or attract new leads is viral videos and extremely interesting topics, right? Maybe you can talk about topics that are trending right now or in pop culture, or maybe you can even take viral concepts and, viral trends and implement it into your business strategy. This is going to give you the opportunity to grab onto that attention to bring more attraction to your brand, business, whatever you are promoting. And the middle of funnel content is a little bit different. This is where actually solving their problems. So you got them in, right? But now you want to give them a taste of how you can help them solve their problems. And I think the best way to do this is honestly just how did you solve the problem for yourself? Share that. And the bottom of funnel, that is the last leg basically. Once you successfully do this, this is where after that they're gonna go ahead and buy from you. And this is where you implement kind of like storytelling content. And by the way, I'm not listing all the content for Tofu, Mofu, Bofu. These are just examples. But at the end, which is the bottom of funnel, you want to give storytelling content. Okay, so maybe talk more about you as a business owner. Maybe talk more about you on your story or how this one product that you use changed your life or how the service changed your life. And this is one thing that's going to get your buyer to trust you, know you, and like you, basically all at the same time. This is what's really going to close the deal. So it's important to diversify your content in that way so that not only can you attract new potential buyers, potential clients, but also warm them up so that they can actually buy from you. Okay, next, after you have attracted people, how do you manage the clients? How do you manage the customers or even potential customers? So there's this concept called CRM, which is client relationship management. Now, a lot of people see CRM as like a software, which is like something you can sign up for and pay monthly for, and that's a system and software that you can manage your contacts and your leads from. Client relationship management is also just a concept. You want to make sure that you are managing the relationship that you're having with these leads. Not only do you want to warm them up, but you want to also know what stage in the business phase are they. Maybe you have a coaching business. In my case, I had a financial services business. So I had certain stages where I had to make sure that not only they're in the beginning stage they were lead, but I also had to say, hey, the next stage that they need to go to is they need to fill out an application. After they fill out an application and I submit it, then I have to go ahead and wait and make sure I am doing follow up with the underwriters. So these are all things that you want to make sure that you're managing, because the thing about having a business is not just having a cute little business and the content's going and it's killing the game. No, you also got to make sure that you have fire delivery so that not only you can retain people, because if people see that how terrible you are in terms of the service, then they're just not going to want to work with you, continue working with you, right? But also you want to make sure that you give grade A service and grade A delivery so that you can get referrals, right? Maybe they'll be like, oh my goodness, the service was so good. I had such great experience with them. And then guess what? They're going to go ahead and you're going to get a referral because they told their friend about it. So that is the type of things that you want to think about. And you can do that through client relationship management. Okay. And that's either by using a software, but also just understanding this concept in general. So usually this is how like the stage of a buyer goes, right? So usually they see content, right? And then they show interest in that content. You basically give them a lead magnet or a freebie or something. And that's where they exchange their email or their information. And then you go ahead and have a conversation with them. And once you have a conversation with them or warm them up in some way, and you clearly communicate with them what you offer, and they clearly communicate to you what they want, and you clearly communicate that you're the solution to their problem, and they agreed that you are able to help them, that is where they go ahead and pay you. That is literally pretty much the basis of how every business goes. It's just an exchange of value. And like I said earlier, that in order order for this to happen, not only do you need to gain a client, but you also need to nurture them. Because it says like on average 7 times it takes for somebody to see something to actually want them to buy. But honestly, I think it's way more than that, especially now as we're going to a market where people are more skeptical. There's so much out there, right? So I think it's definitely more than that. So you want to make sure that you're nurturing them and touching up with them and following up with them so that they can not only buy into you, but also buy into your brand, your business, and also what you have to offer. And how you can do this is through different communication channels. So you can do it through email, you can do it through your content, right? You can do it through your stories, you can do it through text, you can do it through even having a call, follow-up calls with them. You can do it through DMs, you can do it through YouTube videos, you can do it through story posts. So many ways that basically you can get yourself back on people's radar, because every single time they see you, that is kind of like advertising. That is literally like nurturing them in a way to not only get aware, but even want to buy into your brand and your business more. So one thing is like once your client pays you, you want to manage that relationship, right? Because you want to make sure that you retain them as a client. If it is something where, it's kind of a residual thing where they have to pay you every month, or you just want to give them a good experience so that you can get more clients, get some referrals, and their friends know about you, and you're making money all of a sudden, and you didn't really have to spend a dime on marketing. And how you can nurture them is by giving them service, giving them your time, or maybe even give them support so that they can have amazing delivery. And guys, you can manage this through all a CRM, which a CRM is basically interchangeable. It's either literally client relationship management or it's a software, right? So the software I was using when I had my financial services business was Go High Level, and that's where I manage my clients and I manage what stage they were in and if they were getting emails and reminders for meetings and like all of that stuff. But also you can use like a marketing platform. Right now I'm using Beacons AI. So I'm just using that as a marketing platform to nurture and make sure that I'm providing value throughout basically the journey, and make sure that they're continuing to get value. And the last thing I learned is that people buy from people. I know you're probably like, they ripped you off. They really told you that? Like, obviously, duh. But no, this is actually the one mistake that people made, and even I made. I think it's a beginner's mistake that a lot of people do, and that's talking so much about the product or talking so much about the service. And that's actually not the right thing to do at all, because people literally buy from people. Even when you're going to the mall, say you buy from a clothing place, there is still a person in there saying, hey, is there anything that you're looking for? And that alone is that extra personal touch that gives you that feeling of, hey, I'm getting this service. Hey, this feels like a professional experience. Hey, this makes me feel good. I'm walking in the store and now I feel good and taken care of while I'm walking through the door. That makes me want to buy even more, right? It's those simple things, and maybe you might not feel it and you might not understand it, but it is subconsciously happening. It's because people buy from people. Customer service is a huge industry, okay? And it's a very important industry, because I know we're getting into this age of AI and robots, but we need that warm, fuzzy feeling that other human interactions and human connections give us. So instead of just talking about the product so much and your business and its name and its brand and its logo, like all those stuff are cool, but it's not the things that are going to get people to know and trust you. How people are going to know and trust you is by, how does the product and service helped you? How has it helped other people? Let me know your story. Let me know you as a person. If you're a coach or have ever invested in a coach, people buy the coaches before they buy the coaching. They usually are like studying the coach. Oh, I love her vibe. Oh, I love the things she offers. Oh, she's speaking to me directly. That's the things that you want to nail down, is understand that people don't care about your business. People care about what it does for them. So once you recognize that and you market that and show them, hey, this is how it can help you. This is how it helps me. This is how it's helped me on my journey. This is my mission to help you because of my story. That is when you make true money moves, okay? And that is what I've learned through this 20K program. And that is one big lesson, is that people buy from people. So act as a person, don't act as a business. Even if you think about it in general, like Skims, guess what? Who has more followers, Skims or Kim Kardashian? It's Kim Kardashian. Who has more followers, Elon Musk or Tesla? It's Elon Musk. It's because people buy into people way faster, way more, way deeper than they ever buy into a company. So make sure to just keep that in mind. And how you can do this is you can talk about faith, family, finances, and fun. Like, let's say you're like a health coach or something and you're in the health space. Maybe the finances part is not as prevalent in your niche or who you're helping. But like, I think if you're in other spaces like business, finances, then it can be prevalent to talk about that stuff. Yeah, I think that talking about those things are a great way that you can open the door for getting people to know, like, and trust you. But like I said, just talk about your story, talk about your journey. How is it helping other people? Why is it your mission? Why is it your vision? And I think that is so helpful instead of talking about the product alone. Truth is you can educate people about your product till they're blue in the face, and that's what I did, and I made the mistake of is talking so much about the product instead of talking about the actual emotional impact it will make or the transformation it will give them or the legacy, like drawing a picture for people and really just getting people to have that deep connection with the product or what it can provide for them. So comment down below, what is the number one thing that you got from this video, like the one lesson that really lit a light bulb in your brain? I would love to know, because I know these lessons changed a lot for me, and I hope that it's something that you can implement to your business, because I want to make sure that I'm helping you guys get paid to exist on this channel. So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Make sure you register for the live masterclass down in the description below using the link. All the details are in the description and in the link. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Make sure to turn post notifications on, because I'll be posting more videos on how you can utilize your creativity, femininity, and also your healthy habits to create your dream life. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.